Welcome back, Middle-earthers. Last time on our journey, Frodo and the hobbits narrowly escaped the grasp of the sinister Black Riders, finding brief respite at Farmer Maggot's before crossing the Brandywine into Buckland. But danger still lurks close behind. Now, led by a resolute Frodo, the hobbits make for Crick Hollow, aiming to conceal their quest to destroy the One Ring. Yet Frodo's plan for secrecy is foiled when Merry and Pippin reveal they know the truth and insist on facing the peril ahead. Will the four brave hobbits make it through the eerie old forest? What new dangers await them on the road to Bree? The quest continues in Chapter 5 of The Lord of the Rings.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that bell icon.
Merry led Frodo, Sam and Pippin on the journey to Crick Hollow, where Frodo had purchased a small house on the pretence that he would be moving there permanently from Bag End. However, Crick Hollow was not located in the familiar comforts of the Shire, but rather in Buckland, which was quite different from Hobbiton or Bag End despite being populated by hobbits. Buckland was surrounded by two features that made most hobbits from Hobbiton uneasy: the Brandywine River and the Old Forest. The river was perilous because hobbits could not swim, yet the Bucklanders frequently had to cross it. The ancient trees of the Old Forest also unsettled outsiders, as they seemed to move and creak eerily, almost like predators. To protect themselves from these potential dangers, the Bucklanders had built a hedge around their land and adopted the strange custom of locking their doors at night. When the four hobbits arrived at the house in Crick Hollow, they were given a nice bath to wash off the dirt of travel and then served a hearty supper. As they relaxed after the meal, Frodo realized it was finally time to reveal his true plans to Merry and Pippin, that he was leaving the Shire for good. Up until now, Frodo had believed his upcoming departure was a complete secret. He was shocked when Merry casually mentioned that he and Pippin had already known about Frodo's plans to leave for quite some time. In fact, through Sam's unintentional eavesdropping, the two had pieced together much of the story about the ring and the great peril facing Frodo. Frodo did not want to subject his friends to the dangerous quest ahead, but both Merry and Pippin insisted firmly on coming along. Despite having limited understanding of the full dangers involved, they had grasped enough to know the situation was grave. More importantly, they were Frodo's faithful friends, and were committed to supporting him. Though surprised at first, Frodo felt heartened to know he would have his friends by his side. Considering the threat of the Black Riders, Frodo proposed they set out the next day off the main road, cutting through the old forest bordering Buckland. Though creepy, the forest currently seemed safer than risking an encounter with the riders on the road. Sam, Merry and Pippin all agreed this was the wisest course of action. Their friend, Fatty Bolger, would remain behind at Crick Hollow to keep up appearances that Frodo was still living there. That night Frodo had an unsettling dream where he peered out a window at a dark forest, hearing animal sounds sniffing around as if looking for him. The scene shifted, and he was in a barren field. He heard the crashing of the great sea, a sound he had never heard in waking life before, and smelled the sharp scent of salt in the air. Ahead of him stood a tall white tower that he struggled toward in order to climb. Just as he reached the base, a bright light filled the sky, accompanied by a loud thunderclap. Frodo awoke, shaken by the vivid dream, sensing danger still lurked ahead on the journey. So, there you have it. The four hobbits have set out on a perilous journey, one that promises danger around every turn. As they enter the foreboding old forest, Frodo can't shake a sense of lurking doom. What will they encounter in the shadowy woods? Will they evade the Black Rider's grasp, or will darkness close in? The road lies uncertain before them. Be sure to like, subscribe and smash that bell icon to join us next time as their quest truly begins into lands untrod and realms unknown. Their first true test awaits in the gloom of the old forest.